Then he dragged another young gorilla out from where it was hiding in the trees, and slammed him to the ground, teaching him a painful lesson. Faced with Kong's fury, the little one froze like a guilty child. Too scared to make a sound, Kong picked up a bone blade from the ground, and motioned for the youngster to lead him to where the ape clan now lived. The little gorilla resisted, but under Kong's glare, he had no choice but to obey. What Kong didn't know was that despite being young, the little gorilla had a devious mind. Instead of taking Kong to his people, he led him to a terrifying place, plotting to have someone else finish Kong off. Although the little gorilla knew the lake was dangerous, it deliberately signaled for Kong to join in and play in the water. But Kong was no fool, he could easily see through such tricks. He sniffed the air, sensing that today's lunch might be secured. With that, he walked into the water to wash himself. Not wanting to have his plan exposed, the little gorilla tried to act nonchalant and pretended to drink from the water. Suddenly, ripples appeared on the surface, and Kong sensed something was wrong. Turning around, he saw a water dragon swiftly approaching, ready to strike. Taking advantage of the distraction as the two fought, the little gorilla quickly scampered toward the shore. Kong managed to slam the dragon down into the lake, but the creature quickly got back on its feet. With a flick of its tail, it dragged Kong into the water. This wasn't something Kong couldn't handle. The next second, he broke free from the dragon's grip and shot out of the water. Facing the dragon that had ensnared him, Kong finally unleashed his full power. The little gorilla thought it had finally escaped Kong's grasp, only to be taken by surprise when a giant battle axe came crashing down from above, sending it tumbling away. Kong then tossed the dragon's severed head at the little gorilla's feet. The little gorilla braced itself, expecting a beating, but Kong didn't strike. Instead, he picked up the axe and gestured for the little gorilla to move forward. As evening approached, Kong began eating the dragon meat. The hungry little gorilla could only pray that Kong would share some food with him. Kong noticed and directly handed over some food, but the little gorilla recoiled, eyeing him warily. Seeing the gorilla's ungratefulness, Kong tossed the food onto the ground. The little gorilla, realizing the situation, quickly grabbed the food and started eating. At that moment, the little gorilla's perception of Kong shifted. Full and satisfied, the little gorilla led Kong onward. Along the way, they passed a bridge made from the bones of a giant beast. Despite Kong's towering height of 100 meters, he seemed tiny atop the skeletal structure. It was clear that if this beast were still alive, the destruction it could wreak on Earth would be unimaginable. Soon, they reached their destination. But what they saw shocked and angered Kong. His kin were being treated like slaves, and even the smallest mistake could result in their heads being severed for display. Furious, Kong marched forward, determined to find out what was going on. What he didn't realize was that he was walking straight into disaster. Just then, one exhausted ape dropped a stone. Another ape kicked him to the ground without hesitation. Kong saw this and, ignoring the smaller ape trying to hold him back, stepped in and helped the fallen ape back to his feet. That single act, however, was enough to offend the brute who had kicked him. To make matters worse, Kong's move was seen as an open challenge to the ruler of this land.